Facebook Marketplace automation. What is it? How can you benefit from it? And what should you expect? Okay, we're gonna talk about it right now, so stick around.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the Roughneck's Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, so what's up, Roughnecks? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, we're gonna be talking about Facebook Marketplace automation and why it's viable for people who don't have the cashola for Amazon and all that. So let's go ahead, let's break it down. So with Facebook Marketplace, it is quickly becoming the new Craigslist of sorts, right? Craigslist still gets traffic, but not near as much. If you look at Facebook Marketplace, there's all types of stuff on there. You know, people are selling dogs, cats, chickens, robots, and all types of crap, okay? That's what they used to do on, on Craigslist, but not to this extent. With Craigslist, adding photos was kind of grainy and all that, but when it comes to the Facebook Marketplace, adding photos is just dope. It just makes all your listings look so much better. There's so much more detail, the whole nine. All right, so why would you do Facebook Marketplace versus Amazon? All right, so first reason is simply because of the payment structure. All right, the payment structure is completely different than it is with Amazon. Amazon and Walmart, you're looking at every 2 weeks. It's almost like having a job. You know, so a lot of people don't have the capital necessary to fulfill orders and wait 2 weeks to be paid. When it comes to Facebook Marketplace, it just takes a day. All right, so you put your banking information in, you get paid out every day or every few days, depending on if Facebook is trying to hold your money or things like that. You can also get paid through PayPal. All right, but we all know how that goes with PayPal Jail. If you don't know what PayPal Jail is essentially you getting your money dropped, or hell, not dropped, but held for, like 2-3 weeks. Okay, so when you start doing a bunch of volume through your PayPal account, if you're not necessarily like verified or you haven't done that before, what's gonna happen is they're gonna hold that money to make sure that you can fulfill those orders and so on and so forth. All right, and that's PayPal Jail. Now, you do need to have a little bit of capital in case that happens. I'm not saying you gotta have a ton. Usually with Amazon, you need 15 to 20,000 in revolving credit, whereas with Facebook Marketplace, 7 to 10 is probably more than you're ever really gonna need, depending on how much volume you're doing, all right? So it's kind of a toss-up. I still feel that with as much traffic as you can get, it just makes more sense. Because when people are shopping on a Facebook Marketplace, they're definitely looking to purchase pretty much same day, whereas with Amazon, they might not be. So you have the opportunity to make that money pretty much same day. Now, one of the other benefits of handling things on a Facebook Marketplace is not necessarily, I wouldn't say one of the tangible things, kind of how it is with Amazon, where you're like, oh, the traffic and all this stuff, and we're gonna talk about it right now. So let me explain what I mean. Let's go. So here's one of those intangibles that I was talking about, and it's the fact that you can essentially be a pioneer. So you're gonna be a pioneer of the Facebook Marketplace. With Amazon and Walmart, people already know they can go there and sell, all right? They know they can go there and sell, and that's what they're doing. Amazon Seller Central, Walmart, Marketplace, they're going to sell, period. That's just what it is. When people talk about that type of automation, they already know. When it comes to Facebook Marketplace automation, not very many people know that you can actually drop ship on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people are thinking it's more like Craigslist, where it's a lot of local selling, which is true, but people tend to forget that you can drop ship on a lot of different platforms, and there's ways to make it beneficial to you. All right, with Facebook Marketplace, it allows you to input shipping information. You don't necessarily have to sell right then and there. There's not near as many people that are actually selling on Facebook Marketplace as it may seem. So you kind of have the opportunity to grow and expand from there, because there's not near as many drop shippers on Facebook Marketplace as there is, let's say, like Amazon and Walmart and things like that. So you can come in and be, I wouldn't say one of the first, but among some of the new adopters to this kind of wave of selling. Okay, and you'll be rewarded for it the same way that people were rewarded back in the day with Amazon drop shipping, or at least just selling on Amazon in general, where they were working out all the kinks and this type of stuff. Now these people have thousands of reviews. They've been around for so very long. They've been suspended and got unsuspended and all this. These accounts are old, they're seasoned, they get a ton of foot traffic. I do believe the same thing is going to happen with Facebook Marketplace, where if you're one of those pioneers and you have hundreds of sales, thousands of sales, whatever, Facebook is going to kind of reward you with more traffic, and you're going to be seen first by people on the platform, as opposed to being one of the guys that are new in the space. They're coming in, they're trying to make some money. I think Facebook is just going to dictate, the big heavy hitters, like, hey, these guys, we know they're going to sell, we know they can make money. Let's put all the eyes on them first and foremost, so that way they can make that money, and in turn they can make us money. All right. Also, one of the other intangibles is the 5%. Okay. With Amazon, when you're doing fulfilled by merchant or drop shipping, whatever, they take on average 15% of every sale. With Facebook Marketplace, it's only 5%. So you're getting to make a little bit more money. I can't even say a little bit. That's actually a lot. Okay, that 10% is a pretty big deal when it comes to e-commerce. Okay, 15% versus 5%. So now, even though the prices may be the same, you're actually making more per sale as opposed to selling on Walmart or selling on Amazon. Okay, so that's a pretty big deal. And for a while, Facebook actually wasn't taking that 5%. They were giving people an opportunity to keep all of that. And I think it was just to get people on the platform during COVID and stuff like that. So maybe they'll do something like that along, in the future, just to kind of get more people enticed to be selling on Facebook Marketplace. But, I can't say for certain. But it's always something to think about because they've already done it before. So it seems like Facebook has their sellers' best interest at heart, as opposed to just the reverse where it comes to Amazon and Walmart, where they're very customer focused. Okay, and speaking of profits, let's talk about those. Let's go. So let's talk about the profit margins, right? So everyone knows with Amazon, you're looking at roughly 8 to 12%, all right, on your revenue. And with Amazon, it's a little different because for the money that you have, the capital that you have, or credit, cash, whatever that you're using to place these orders, you can do 1.5 to 2 times that in revenue. All right, so let's say you have $10,000 in capital to use to place orders, you can do roughly $20,000 in revenue, 15 to 20,000, but we'll err on the upper side, roughly $20,000. You're gonna make roughly 8 to 12% on your money. That's after Amazon takes their cut, of course, and all that. So 8 to 12% on that revenue, which means, let's just average it out to 10%, you'll make roughly $2,000 in net profit. Well, with Facebook, it's a little bit different. On average, you're gonna see 10 to 20%. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to make more, because it seems to be with Facebook Marketplace, you're going to make way more than that, on your margins, just because, number one, they take less when it comes to actually selling. So instead of taking 15%, they're only taking 5%. So that's an extra 10% on top of that. So when I'm saying 10 to 20%, you also have to factor in the fact that you're getting an extra 10% too. So it's really 20 to 30%. But let's just err on the actual selling and not taking the 5% versus 15% into account. Now, 10 to 20%, it's pretty good. When it comes to e-commerce, it's actually really, really good. So let's say you do $20,000 in sales, so you're looking at either roughly $2,000 to $4,000 in net profit just with $20,000 in sales. Now, the problem comes in with traffic. You don't get near as much traffic with the Facebook Marketplace as you do with Amazon, right? It's roughly 25%, if not a little bit less than that. But that 10 to 20% makes that up in a major, major way, not including that extra 10% that you're saving because you're not selling on Amazon or Walmart. So now that 5%, instead of the 15%, gets added to what you would be making with that 10 to 20%. Now, I always err on the side of caution, just say 10 to 20%, but like I said, 20 to 30% isn't really uncommon when you factor in that 10% that you're getting by actually selling on Facebook Marketplace and not, on Amazon or Walmart. Even though the traffic's a little bit lighter, you still can do a good bit more. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna do $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 net profit a month, and that's mainly just because of the traffic. A lot of people, tend to forget that. They're like, oh, well, if the margins are higher, that means I can make more money, which is true, but you also have to remember that you're getting less eyes on your listings, which means there's less opportunity to buy, which means you have to raise the price and you have to look at those margins and call that a day. So you got to think about that when you're choosing which platform to sell on. Also, it's cheaper to get started with Facebook Marketplace because you're going to be making money pretty much every single day. So that 10 to 20% that you're getting paid out on a regular basis is getting paid to you every single day as opposed to every, 2 weeks. All right. And then of course, Amazon has a rolling reserve and all that stuff. So that's something that we'll talk about in a different video. But, I feel that Facebook Marketplace is probably pretty good when it comes to margins and for the everyman who's trying to make, money to pay for their mortgage, pay their car. Maybe they want to buy a new car. Maybe they want to, save money to pay for their children's college, things like that. So automation on that end tends to be a little bit more beneficial for those types of people. Whereas if, you're looking for something like, I want to make $30,000 net profit a month, it's probably not going to be with Facebook. It's probably going to be more along the lines of Amazon and Walmart. Okay, now let's talk about, the reasons why this may not work for the average person. Okay, let's go. All right, so, why would someone choose Facebook Marketplace over Amazon or Walmart or whatever? That's the thing that a lot of people are gonna be asking. Like, why would I choose this platform versus something else that has way more traffic? Well, number one, since there's less traffic, obviously the entry price for automation is gonna be cheaper. Number two, because this is kind of like a pioneering thing, and this is more for the everyman who doesn't necessarily have the capital to grow a store. Like when it comes to Amazon, Walmart, you need a lot of capital. Okay, if you want to do $100,000 in sales every month, which is routinely what people are talking about, they brag about these crazy numbers. It's very difficult to do unless you got $50,000, $60,000 in credit or cash in order to place those orders, to fulfill them. With Facebook, you don't have to worry about that because you're getting paid roughly every single day, or with PayPal, like within a few hours. Okay, so it's something that you really, really need to think about. And I feel that for people who are, like I said before, looking to pay some bills and take care of their families, who are not enamored with the $100,000 to $300,000 in sales a month, this is going to be the perfect platform. Okay, you guys know, like, I'm not one to be blowing smoke up your backsides and all this other stuff. I feel that this really is an opportunity for people that, who are just, I can't say just trying to make it because, there's obviously more than that, but if you're just, trying to do something more, if you want your money to go to work for you and, you're trying to make a few $1,000s every month, then that's probably what this is going to be. If you're trying to do something crazy and make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, it's probably not going to be the platform. Amazon's going to be the platform just based on the traffic. The Walmart marketplace still has a lot of issues. We'll talk about those actually in a separate video too. But yeah, so Facebook Marketplace, I feel that this is the automation opportunity for most people, whereas Amazon and Walmart are for very specific clientele. Those are for people who are really trying to grow like a large business, something that's going to be, potentially passed down. Okay, so they all have their caveats and issues, but like I said, definitely the everyman's opportunity. So if you guys found this informative, man, make sure you like the video. Check the descriptions, man. You can hit me up, message me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Until the next time, man, be safe, be smart. Peace out.